Hello everyone, this is Nicholas Guillermo with Activism Truth, and this video is about Florida ballot access rights and the campaign to label genetically engineered food. The campaign to label GE food began in 2000, and the sponsor had filed the initiative but was unable to really put together a team to do the outreach, networking, organizing, fundraising to get the job done. So the campaign has kind of settled into the backlogs of the Secretary of State as a pending initiative. It still can be filed, it still can qualify for ballot access, but it will require a tremendous grassroots effort to do so. I worked on the California campaign this last year that was, as it seems, a campaign that suffered a loss due to voter fraud in California. There's a lot of evidence that points this out. The opponents to the labeled GMO food campaign, being Monsanto and big food producers that make a lot of manufactured prepackaged food like Kellogg's and Pepsi, had financed the opposition, from what I understand, 6-1. So for every dollar spent for the campaign, they put out ads right before the election and propaganda using radio and television, very expensive media. And they basically tricked California voters who are unaware of the problem that to vote on that initiative would raise the cost of food. And it's really too bad. Again, a lot of voter fraud has surfaced, and I'm not sure who's going to do anything about it. I would hope that the elected representatives, California, would stand up for the people, but again, I don't really put that much credit in them because, after all, they're the people who are not pushing for these bills. They're the people whose livelihoods are based off a system that relies on you waiting for them to take action. And so they're not really in the business of empowering you, the voter. And so, really what Activism Truth is all about is creating a new coalition of people that are against corruption in government and the attack on our food and the environment, the corrupt banking system, the false media and propaganda, the military-industrial complex, and these kangaroo courts where justice is based, seems purely off of money and greed and corruption for the jail industries. And so we really need a coalition of people that are against corporatism. And the campaign to label genetically engineered food is a great centrist cause that merely encourages people to look deeper into the hidden agenda of these giant food companies, which is to control food supplies. And they have essentially an agreement with healthcare industries, with pharmaceutical companies, because the reality is that when they give us lower quality food without the vitamins and minerals that our bodies need to survive in a healthy way, the result is impending disease and death. And America does have the highest cancer rates in the world. We don't have the highest pollution in the world. There's several Asian countries in Africa where there's very high pollution levels, a lot more smog than found in the USA today. But we do have the most GMO foods, and there is a lot of research that shows that these GMO foods link directly to cancer. There's a recent study done in Russia that has convinced the Russian government to put a ban on the GMO foods. China has banned GMO foods. Many countries in South America, India, they're appalled by these poisonous foods. And the reality is that, yes, when people get sick, there's going to be more healthcare costs. And, in America, where healthcare is subsidized, and we have this Obamacare mandate now, you can count on these big health insurance companies just making a lot of money off of people's sickness. It's not a healthcare industry at all. It's a sick care industry and a death care industry, and they make profits off of people's illness. So we need to change the way people think about our health and wellness, and it starts with our preservation of our health. You know, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And so rather than feeling that the solution to America's sickness is to simply force insurance on everybody, we should be looking at reducing toxins in our food and in the environment that cause sickness in the first place. And food is really the main thing. We ingest it. It's supposed to give us the nutrients we need, but when we're dealing with food that is sprayed with chemical pesticides that are blatant poisons, you can expect health problems from that. And when we are ingesting foods that are synthesized synthetic biology, that are combining elements of chemicals that are used to kill birds and bugs and rodents that would eat on what would otherwise be healthy organic food, the result is that it's going to hurt our bodies. And so I implore you to research this yourself, to look into why there needs to be a labeling. And furthermore, I see that we need a complete change of our infrastructure that would call for a new type of agrarian society. We need to have localized organic farms everywhere, and we need to end any kind of land taxes or taxes on foods that are organic, because we need to take our health seriously. It costs us so much more to have so much of a segment of our population getting sick and being unhealthy. So we need to really start by educating others and first and foremost making the wisest buying decisions ourselves, because at the end of the day, where you spend your money makes a huge difference on the quality of our lives and our future. So we need to buy local, we need to buy organic, and this is a key to sustaining a local economy. And so, just talking about labeling GMO foods branches off into so many other directions. There's the need for people to be aware of the hidden agenda. There's fake environmentalism. It was the Rockefeller family that started the, quote, green movement, and it was really based on big plots of monocrops that are really hazardous for the soil. And we need biodiversity. We need to have educated small farmers. They know, the science is that you have to rotate crops and you have to plant certain crops with other crops so that, as they exchange the minerals from the soil, we can have healthy crops year after year. And, we're going to need to have a completely different type of governmental system that's not based off of selling out our local food rights to globalist corporations. We should not be importing food and corn from other countries. They're tearing down the Amazon rainforest, and a huge part of the immigration problem is from these trade deals with groups like NAFTA because of the policy we have with food in our government. So people need to overturn problems in government, and the way to do that will be utilizing the direct democratic process with the initiative process and the referendum process. And labeling genetically engineered foods is a wonderful campaign to start to get people talking about that process. Even though there's really a lot of corruption in government, it does not matter in the end of the day if people take the incentive themselves to play a role in creating the legislation we want to see and to become the lawmakers. We, the people, can become a fourth system of checks and balances. We can legitimize this power by utilizing our telecommunications, the internet, our cell phones, our ability to connect with friends, family, and relatives about issues that are important to our country and ourselves, our lives, our health, the quality of life for our loved ones. And we can interconnect with enough people that we can have what I call a critical mass that's large enough for what I call permanent ballot access. And the details are at the website activismtruth.com. And if you're from Florida, go to the website and click on the link, and you can find there's a entry box to submit your email on the state archive section for Florida. You enter your email, and I'll send you the petition. And we will need you to help spread the word. Also, Washington state residents have this option now. They're going to be working to get it on the 2014 ballot. Washington state seems like it's a little bit more ahead of Florida. It's a lot better organized. And from what I understand, the California campaign is also going to push ahead with a ballot initiative. So join us, activismtruth.com. Thank you for watching.